Welcome to Milton Keynes. This week, the home of Predator Championship League pool. 19 of the world's best are here in England, and they've all come under strict COVID guidelines. So let's take a look inside our bubble. The first thing players, staff and officials will do on arrival is come here to the COVID testing centre. Any of our international players will already have tested before departing for the UK, so for them this will be the second time they're tested. And as you can see right now, our box office Carl Boys is having his test to make sure he's COVID negative. Now once everybody's tested, they'll go straight to their hotel room to isolate until the results are in, and only at that point will they be able to enter our event bubble. Once a player has tested negative, they'll get their wristband, meaning they can enter the event bubble. Most of the action takes place on the first floor, but directly below the arena here on the ground floor is our practice room. This is where players can come and get ready for the day, or if they've got themselves through to winners group, keep themselves tuned up before the Monday. And that's exactly what David Al-Kadi is doing just now. I've disturbed him so that we can show you the practice room. We have two tables in here. This is one of them, and over on the other one is Albin Ouschan. So once the players have had a practice, they'll want to come up to the main event hub on the first floor. This is where everything is happening. But first of all, when you come in for the first time of the day, you'll be met by Gary, who is our COVID welfare officer. He's here at all of our events, making sure we are healthy, we are safe, and he'll take our temperatures at the start of every day. Just make sure that nobody's getting any symptoms. If you are feeling unwell, you can come to Gary. He'll help you out, make sure everything's okay. He's making sure we stay safe and follow all of the rules. We have two event corridors of rooms. Now, again, everything is split up to make sure everyone's got good socially distanced workspace. So this is where our promoters' match room are. This is the main hub of the event. So Phoebe and Emily doing all the hard work to make sure that the event goes underway as it should. And they're based in there. As you can see, they've got big desks each, so it's nice and socially distanced. And they're not stuck with us in the media room either for this one. That's one door along, which I will show you again. Very socially distanced, lots of space in here. Everybody has their own desk, lots of space between them. We can see the matches underway on the tables. Now, another difference in these times is that external media can't come in. We have to keep numbers to an absolute limit inside the bubble, so external media unfortunately cannot be with us. Therefore, a bit more pressure on us to make sure everybody's getting what they want in terms of interviews with the players. We're supplying them with pictures, with video content, all the match reports each day as well. You probably won't notice that yourselves because all the podcasts, Billiards Digest, they're all still getting all the content to you so you can enjoy every angle of Predator Championship League pool. Now, as I said, this is the first of two event corridors. So this is where the promoters and the media are. Over on the other side, that's the production, and I'm heading there now. So here we are on the other side of the venue, and first of all, in the commentary booth, I'm sat in what would usually be Carl Boys' seat. On the other side of this perspex is where you'll find the lead commentator, quite often Michael McMullen. A few key differences in here as well from usual. First of all, it's a much bigger room, so lots more space, and this piece of perspex between the two commentators. That means they can still see each other while commentating, so they know who is about to talk, so they don't cut over each other, but they are still separated and safe by that perspex. In addition to that, in between any matches, we might swap the microphones. Commentators actually have their own personal microphone. They'll swap it over so that Carl will only ever use this one. Chris Melling, for example, will only use his one, and Michael will only use his. We have a guest one for if any players come in, and that is sanitised every time anybody comes in or out, just to make sure that it is completely COVID safe. So from here, I'm going to take you next door to our production room. Of course, usually at the matchroom events, we would have a TV truck outside. Now, TV trucks have been adapted in these times to be safe in COVID circumstances. However, because we have a secure bubble to keep everybody inside the bubble, we've moved all of that production inside, so they have a production room just next door. So here we are, the Loop production room, and as in the commentary booth, everything is socially distanced, and between the desks there are perspex glass where applicable. Now in here is where everything is being pumped out around the world, so all the graphics are being done, and the remote cameras, which I'll show you in the arena in just a moment, are being operated in here. So there are no camera crew on the floor, but in here all the remote control cameras are being operated so that you don't miss any of the action. And from here I'm going to show you where players will go after their match, which is to meet me for a post-match interview. So the TV arena is just through the doors behind us. I'll take you in there in just a moment, but first I want to show you our TV interview setup because when a player finishes their match, they'll come straight through this way and have the pleasure of a little chat with me before they go and rest themselves ready for their next match. And again, there are some differences here in this socially distanced times that we're living in. The main one being this microphone. It's on a long pole, which means nobody has to come too close to the players while they're doing their interview. So this microphone keeps them a good couple of meters away from me. It also means we don't need to put any sound equipment on the players, and players can step in, do their interview and step out with absolutely no contact at all with myself or any camera crew. So this is our main TV table, the famous Matchroom Arena, but slight differences in these COVID secure times. The first one of those are these remote cameras. Well, we've just been in the Loop production room and this is exactly what they're controlling. We have our usual overhead and fixed main camera, but our floor cameras, normally operated by camera crew, are all remote controlled from the room next door. That means fewer people on the arena, meaning things can be even more COVID secure and ensure everybody can keep their safe social distances. Now, to show you around the arena and a few of the differences we have in here from normal times, first of all, I want to show you the chairs because these are our famous Championship League chairs. If you've watched Championship League snooker over the years, you'll have seen the likes of Ronnie O'Sullivan, John Higgins, Judd Trump sitting in these chairs at Championship League snooker. So we thought, of course, we have to bring them to Championship League pool, and they're really, really comfortable. I remember Mark Selby once told me he loves playing Championship League snooker and these chairs in particular because even if you're getting drilled, you're getting drilled comfortably. One other difference as well here is the tables we have for the players. Of course, players always have a table next to their seat. Of course, nowadays, hand sanitizer, tissues for them, and these bottled waters and the glasses that will accompany them, they will be changed in between match, so every player will have fresh water, fresh glasses for every match, as they always do anyway, but everything will be sanitised. The table, the chairs, everything will be sanitised before another player comes and takes their seat for the next match. And speaking of sanitising in between matches, so are our rests. So under the table, as always, we have Predator rests that the players can use throughout the match. However, this time they have their own. They're colour-coded, so they know which one by the white tape on the end. On this side, this is Mark Beachterboss's rest for today. It will be sanitised and wiped down between matches, ready for the next player. And on the other side of the table is where Roberto Gomez will find the rest and bridge if he wants to use them. The referee will not pass this to the players have to grab it themselves, again to minimise contact and touching between different people. So those are just a few of the differences the players will have to get used to. Of course, anybody who played at the Mosconi Cup will have had that little bit of experience of playing in these times in the Matchroom Arena. And of course, one other difference, there's nobody here. We're used to at the Mosconi Cup and all of our big events to having big crowds watching the players, but also other people on the floor, the camera crew, for example. In here, it's just the referee and the two players, and occasionally our photographer. Of course, the shot clock operator is in here as well, but it is deadly silent. So any movement, any noise could distract the player. So everybody's on their tiptoes walking around this arena. So that is it. That is behind the scenes at Predator Championship League pool inside the bubble, hopefully giving you a little bit of an idea of how things operate during these times and all the restrictions the players have to play under, and all the things we have to do to make sure we can deliver another week of brilliant top quality pool for you to enjoy.